All right, guys, we have a brand new EZA in Dokkan. We have the TEQ LR SSJ2 Gohan. 90%, so almost rainbowed, but level 10 links. So he's pretty much almost maxed out. We are rocking him on one of the 10th anniversary leads. He only actually has a couple. One of them being the Carnival LR SSJ2 Gohan. And then another one being the brand new Dokkan Fest LR Gohan, Trunks, and Goten. Who unfortunately I don't have. And we do have him next to the TEQ SSJ Goku. And he's actually linking fairly okay. I do want him next to Beast. And he is starting with a 417k attack stat, 330 on the defense. He is starting with 200% attack and defense at the start of turn. And he does receive an additional key +2 per orb obtained. Also has a guaranteed additional. So we're going to be seeing that in just a moment. And also has a 20% chance to crit. And also will be his own orb changer, changing any random key sphere to TEQ orbs. And then on 80k SA effect right now, which he's starting at a 23.9. Something humble to begin with. He is going to stack 20% attack and he's going to stack 50% defense. So that 23 mil is going to go up. There's the guaranteed additional at 15.3, which is a 50% attack and defense raise just for the turn. We've also got another additional, taking him up to 16.6. But those two attack and defense raises are permanent. That guaranteed 50% defense raise he's going to get is going to be huge. And then, of course, that 23 mil he started with is naturally and slowly going to go up every time he super attacks on his 18 key with that 20% permanent attack raise. For 4 turns, which we've already seen activate there after he got hit, he will have 30% damage reduction and guaranteed guard, which is very nice to kind of pad him out while we are stacking him up, which of course the defense will build a bit quicker than the attack. But as I said, it is quite nice to have that early on while he is stacking, while he's just starting out, especially because the stack only applies to the 18 key SA effect, not the 12. So it's not like we're getting loads of stacks at once. Although again, a 50% defense raise is huge. It's very nice to have, just because it means his defense can stack pretty quickly, which in a meta like this where you have enemies doing so much damage so soon is a big help. So the fact he does have that 30% damage reduction guaranteed guard for 4 turns, as it just kind of helps him while he's a little bit weaker, while he's going to be a bit more vulnerable while he is stacking and building up. Then for every orb obtained, he does get an extra 10% attack and defense. So that orb changing he does have, the TEQ orbs, going to be a big help in terms of giving him some extra attack and defense, just to kind of pad himself out, just to do a bit more damage, give himself a bit of extra defense. As I said, just to pad him out a bit more for the turn. Then attacking with 12 or more key, which we did, and attacking with 18 or more key, which we did. He then got an extra 100% attack and defense and an extra 100% attack. So those extra numbers we got for getting all those orbs, definitely helpful again while we're having the slow stack when it comes to his attack. And look at those orbs. His orb change is actually putting in overtime right now, if I do say so myself. Probably should have just shimmied you into slot 1, but I wanted him next to Beast because now we have All in the Family active, which at level 10 is giving him 20% extra defense. So he's now on a 542k attack stat, 444k defense, and he did make his first appearance on turn 2. So we still have 2 more turns of the 30% damage reduction and the guaranteed guard. So there we go. We've got 24 key, which means we've got 12 or more key, which means we get an extra 100% attack and defense. And we've also got 18 or more key, so he's also got the extra 100% attack as well. So we've literally just 1 stack. I wonder where he's got to on super on his attack stat. Then he has a lot also attached to that 18 or more key. There's a lot attached to that conditional part of his passive. So he will gain an extra 159% attack and a chance to crit by 20% when HP is 58% or less, which of course it isn't, so we don't have any of that right now. He gets another 159% attack and another 20% chance to crit starting from turn 5. He's already up to 28.6 mil. So even though he's only stacked once, which again is only like a measly 20%, his attack stat has jumped. 18.4 on the additional. I mean, I'll take the guaranteed additional because, again, early on while we're stacking defense, although it is 50% each time, it is going to flesh him out for the rest of the turn. It is going to pad himself, especially while we do have the damage reduction and guard, so I'll take it. 9 damage on the normal. That's what you like to be seeing. 24, 90. Double digits. That's all I care about. The double digit supplying on the normals. But next appearance, he will get the extra 159 and 20% crit chance starting from turn 5. So he'll be doing even more damage. So even though, again, he's only stacking 20% on attack, his attack stat should take a bit of a jump. He'll then get 159% defense and a chance to crit by 20% again when there's another movie heroes category ally on the team, which we do have about 2. Or when there is a hybrid Saiyans category ally attacking in the same turn, which we also had in Gohan. So that 440 something K defense he did have was actually present because of the fact we had Gohan there. And then also he did have about 40% chance to crit there at least because of the base 20% chance to crit and the extra 20 for a movie heroes or hybrid Saiyan unit there as well. Now I'm going to be sensible and do that, and then we could start letting you stack, and then we'll just float the Goku off. I kind of just brought him just because he can dodge. We don't need to give him too many orbs because we don't want to rush through this. It's one of the reasons why I didn't bring the SSJ4s. This might do a bit of damage though, which I'm actually okay with, because then going into next turn, we can trigger Gohan's 159% defense, or sorry, 159% attack and the extra 20% crit chance for having our HP at 58% or less. So that means he's going to get another 159 and another 20% chance to crit. So he should be doing some very nice amounts of damage next turn, even again, only off of 2 stacks. That's an extra 40% attack he's permanently got. Then he also gets another 159% defense and another 20% chance to crit when there is an ally whose name includes Goku on the team, or when there is another youth category ally attacking in the same turn. So the defense we've seen Super Saiyan 2 Gohan sitting on since his first appearance and his second is the most amount of defense he's going to have prior to him stacking and then getting the 12 key SA effect on the guaranteed additional and potentially any hidden potential system additionals as well, because we have the full 159% defense twice for having not only a movie heroes category ally on the team or a hybrid Saiyan in the same turn, but we also have a Goku on the team as well, or a youth, which of course we don't have, but we do have a Goku. So his defense is looking a little bit low-ish to start with. As I said, considering early on he does have for 4 turns guaranteed guard, 30% damage reduction, it does help out while you stack that up. The same way the 12 key SA effects and having a guaranteed additional and getting 50% each time he does that, and again a potential extra one from the hidden potential system, does help him out while he does stack the 50% defense on 18 key. So I can see why Dokkan give him that. It does actually help out quite a bit. So what are we looking at now? I mean, we're also going to be able to give him the Gogeta support, which I'm a big fan of. We do have his active skill, which I don't really want to use yet because he just beefs himself up. Key plus 12, 59% attack. So he's on 633k attack stat now, 522k defense. This is also his 5th turn. He's actually lost his 30% damage reduction and guard at this point. So at this point, he's relying on sheer stats, which is pretty much what Gohan has. A lot of just sheer stats. So we already have the 159% attack and 20% crit chance for 58% HP or less, because we're definitely going to give ourselves the 18 or more key. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop you in slot 1. We can start building some defense. We are probably as good as we're going to get linked up. We are going to trigger legendary power. I don't think that changed anything stat-wise, which I didn't really need it to. Hopefully Goku feels like dodging. Yeah, we're back up to 24 key. That's going to give us some healing as well. Too much healing, so it's taken up to 72%. We needed to be at 58%. We're going to see some dodge. Perfect. Lovely. I mean, we've lost that. But, I mean, we've still got the starter turn. We've still got the stack. We're still going to get a guaranteed additional. We picked up, I think, like 12 orbs. So that's an extra 120% attack and defense for each key sphere. We've got the extra 100% attack and defense for 12 or more key. We've got the extra 100% attack for 18 or more key. We're also past turn 5 or turn 5 onward. We've got an extra 159% attack and 20% chance to crit. We've also got both sets of 159 defense. He's up to 42.8 mil. Damn, and that's just from him getting the 159% attack starting from turn 5. 27.7 on the additional. I saw a few people saying, I think in some private server like showcases on the timeline, that Gohan's numbers weren't that impressive. That's just clearly not true, is it? As soon as you hit turn 5, and get that one extra 159% attack, his attack stat jumps. All the while, again, don't forget, he's stacking. All the while, Gohan is stacking. Only 20%, but nonetheless, all the while, he's still stacking nonetheless. But as soon as you get that 5th turn hit and you get that extra 159% attack, he is doing damage. As I said, he's still getting stronger as well, which is kind of the crazy part. Right, one of these is going to have to become Vegito, which I'm going to do mine. I think that just makes the most sense. And to make sure those crit counters don't do too much damage, I'm going to have him in slot 3. Because that way he won't have super attacked first, so the crit counters won't be doing as much. But yeah, I saw some people say that, yeah, Gohan's damage isn't that crazy. He's not doing all too much. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. Gohan looks to me like he's cooking, and he's cooking just fine. 42 mil. Again, all the while he's going to be continuously stacking 20% attack every time he hits an 18 key super attack. To me, I think he's doing enough damage. Not to mention as well, now that he's stacked a little bit and got the extra 159% attack for being turn 5 or after, that means he's got the base 20% chance to crit he has. He's got the 20% chance to crit starting from turn 5. He's also got an extra 20% chance to crit because we have a movie hero or hybrid Saiyan. So that's already 60% chance to crit. That is more than a 50% chance to do so. More than a coin flip. And we've also got the guaranteed extra 20% as well because we have another Goku category unit on the team. So that means Gohan's sitting, I mean, he was prior to that as well, which means even his 20-30 mil attack stats, which we're kind of used to seeing at this point, are still going to do some very good damage because he's got about 60 to 80% chance to crit, all the while still doing high 20s, low 30s. Again, while stacking, guaranteed additional. He could also get an additional with hidden potential system, which means the amount of combined damage he's doing is very, very solid. But then now that we've gone past turn 5 and he's doing 42 mil, that's 42 mil with 80% chance to crit. Because again, we're not at 58% HP or below, which means he can still get another big chunk of attack stat added, by the way, which would probably easy at this point take him over 50 mil. And also give him guaranteed crit. But still, I'll take the 80%. So he'll be critting more often than not, which is exactly what he's been doing. But that is a 42 mil attack stat with 80% chance to crit with a guaranteed additional. And again, the potential of another one from the hidden potential system. So that's at least, no matter what, 2 guaranteed supers, one doing over 40, one doing over 30, with both 80% chance to crit. That's a lot of damage to be doing to enemy health. Even better, of course, if we can get the hidden potential system to pop, if Dokkan's on our side. And then just to think that if we are low health, his stuff does start to get a little bit techy and he does drop down to 58% HP or less, that means his attack stat's going to take another huge jump and do even more damage, but then have guaranteed crit to get the final 20% chance to crit as well. That's even more insane to me. So all of those that I saw in the timeline, and this is why you never judge a unit on, you know, an early showcase, which even then, you must have watched the video for all of 2 minutes, seen one super attack and gone, oh, he just doesn't do enough damage. Clearly not the case. Like, give it some time. Let it marinate. Do you know what I mean? Meals always taste better when you let them marinate, okay? Just let them sit a bit. Soak up the seasoning. But as soon as we got past turn 5, Gohan is putting out crazy numbers, as I said, with almost guaranteed crit. And the fact there is potential for him to not only get stronger from stacking, but there's still one more attack buff left. One more 159% attack to come with guaranteed crit is nuts. As I said, we're still yet to get it because we haven't lost enough HP. One thing that is going to be happening, which we don't have the active skill ready because we have so much health, because we get his active skill once it's 58% or less with a movie hero category ally whose name includes Goku on turn 5, which we can get, but we don't. Let me get Gogeta out with his support and see how Gohan does with this. So let's hit the Stardust Breaker Rasengan, the Soul Punisher Rasengan. Lovely. And what's Gohan sitting on now? 1.1 mil, 845k defense, which start of turn really doesn't seem a lot. It's once he gets orbs. So we've now got him 12 orbs, which again, per orb is 10% attack and defense. That's an extra 120. He's up to 3.48 with Gogeta support and the orbs. 1.18 on the defense. And then he's going to get a whole load extra, not only from stacking, but once we attack with 12 or more ki, which is pending. 52k on an AoE pre-super really isn't bad on a type divided unit. So I really don't actually mind that too much because, you know, we're way past turn 4. No damage reduction, no guard. Just sheer stats to rely on. So, I mean, an AoE, say against a Mega, maybe Rose and Zamasu, if you want to test some difficult, you know, in difficult content, could catch him a little bit if you're not careful. Post-super, though? Yeah, Gohan is fine, apart from, like, the big attack stats, which no unit in the entire game is safe from, unless you get lucky with RNG when it comes to dodge. And I'm talking the 10 mils, the 11 mils, 14 mils, the 16 mils. There is no unit safe from those in the game just by damage reduction, guard, and stats. I said the only units that can escape those is dodge. I'm more than fine with how he's tanking with just sheer stats. That's fine, you can hit him again. 48k. Now, what's Gohan going to do now? 74.8 with 80% chance to crit is just a bit stupid, isn't it? Guaranteed additional, 48.6. Again, with 80% chance to crit. Got him. Hidden potential system. 52.4. Again, with 80% chance to crit. And that was an extra 50% defense raise, an extra 20% attack raise, all while having the 250% attack and defense raises for the turn. Yeah, the amount of damage Gohan can do is crazy. If you can let him cook long enough, the amount of defense he can get as well is also going to be very nice. I think the only thing I would have preferred is if he also stacked on defense, just so he could build his defense quicker. But I could definitely tell they wanted this Gohan to be doing a lot of damage. He wanted to be a bit more of like an offensive focused unit, judging by the numbers he's pulling out. But 74 mil, I think it was, with the Gogeta support is crazy. And then not to mention, in literally a couple days time, he is also going to benefit from that new Peppy Girls Videl, who personally and solely just buff Gohan units. He is also going to benefit from that. And that's like, what, 70%? So he's going to get stronger from that as well, by the way, don't forget, which is kind of insane when you see the numbers he's putting out. I said, I think the only thing I would have liked is either maybe he had some dodge, or he kept some damage reduction or guard, or definitely stacked quicker. I said, I feel like if he had the time, his defense would have been in a much better spot. Which there are longer events now, but I feel like if he stacked on 12 ki as well, I feel like it would have worked out a lot better for him. But damage-wise, probably one of the highest damage units in the game, if I had to say. But overall, he seems crazy. Going to be a great addition to the Dokkan Fest LR Gohan, Trunks, and Goten team. Works really well with the units we already have out, especially the 10th anniversary units. It's a shame they're kind of getting power crept a little bit. Another unit that just becomes ridiculous when it comes to Gogeta support. And a unit that I said in a couple days' time will be buffed by that Peppy Girls pan with that Gohan support. So if you're pulling, if you get them from the rainbow tickets as well, the special tickets, he's gonna benefit really, really well. And with Gohan support as well, the new one. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day. And peace.